Well, Abby and I have made it all the way up here to Goshen, Indiana, because we are going to be taking a tour here at Dutchmen RV. We just arrived to the corporate office here where we're going to meet up with the marketing team, and I believe they're going to be the ones that's going to take us on the tour. I know we're going to be seeing the Kodiak, where the Kodiak is built, but I believe it's going to be 3 different models that they're going to be showing us. So we're pretty excited about this.
I can't wait.
We don't really know what all is going to be involved, but we're about to go find out right now. So let's go get to it. We have made it. This is where they make Kodiak. All right, guys, so we're here at one of the Dutchmen facilities where they build the Kodiak, and I have Brett with me, and he is one of the sales reps for the Midwest location. And we also have another guy that's with us too, that's Mitchell.
Yes, sir.
He'll be here in a minute. He's going to look for some safety glasses. He's going to go on the tour with us too. Brett's going to go ahead and start talking about some of the happenings around here. And I'm pretty excited about this. We can see a lot of parts out here. There's, you can see frames there behind us. We have axles over here. We have all the component materials everywhere. Why don't you go ahead and just kind of jump into it and tell us how this operation works, you know, the shifts and
yes, sir.
how they do their thing.
Absolutely. So welcome you guys to Dutchmen RV. This is our Kodiak plant here in beautiful Goshen, Indiana. And today we're just going to sort of go over our Kodiak product and sort of start from the bottom up and how things are all put together. So as you can see right behind me, we're getting some more frames delivered. So daily we are getting multiple frames, multiple sizes of frames delivered for multiple floor plans that we build. So all of our frames will be brought in and just parked right over here on the side here real quick. And then as needed, as we keep running our units and keep building units, those frames will get shuffled over here to the outside to where we'll start prepping our frames. All of those frames, they'll start out, and then eventually after they're prepped on the outside, they will go interior to where we'll talk about things a little bit more. They'll get flipped over and get all the components started, you know, getting put on with your leaf springs, your axles, tires, everything like that. But yeah, this is sort of where it starts down here, and then we'll have our final finished product all the way down at the end there. So yeah.
So we're going to kind of start here, work our way down.
Yes, sir.
What can you tell them about what kind of shifts do you run here? When do you start? Yeah. You know, how many units do you make a day? You know,
of course, yes, sir. So usually our production workers, they come in right around that 5 o'clock hour. Typically, we start running production right around 5:30 in the morning. In that hour, we've been focused on running about 20 to 21 units per day, right around there. And
that's
again,
pretty amazing.
Yes, sir.
That's completed units per day.
Yep, completed units per day.
Wow.
So, and again, you know, all of the line workers, they could get out at 11:30, they could get out at 1:30. Just sort of depends on how smoothly the production line is running that day. You know, if we have all of our parts and people in here, typically we can have a pretty good production day out here as well. So
yeah. That's pretty amazing. So they could come in and basically work like a half a day and go home and have the rest of the day to go fishing or relaxing, huh?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Cool. Absolutely. So definitely a lot of hard work though. Credit to all of our production employees. They put in long, hard working days and they hustle their tails off out here as well. And the biggest thing, you know, once we get into that 90-degree weather here on the outside, you know, of course on the inside it feels like 110, and so those guys are just dripping sweat, but they are busting their tails daily just to make sure we're meeting our quotas for our production units each day as well. So
yeah, I can see this is a lot of hard work, but looks like they're doing a great job.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yep.
Well, you ready to go show us how it's done?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Let's go. Here's a bunch of their axles that go onto the Kodiaks right here, and one of their big suppliers here is Lippert.
Yes, sir.
Lippert Components. So they're right here in Goshen. So they've got a factory right down the road. They're building all these axles here and assembling them. Same with the frames too, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right. They supply them the frames.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
Definitely a big supplier for us. You know, again, without them, it would be tough for us to even, you know, run any production or anything like that. So yeah, out here they'll bring our frames in, and they'll go through. I mean, here towards the end, they'll actually start putting on our power tongue jacks and things like that. And just sort of getting the main prep out here. And then eventually we'll start running our frames in, looks like door 27 and door 28 there, to where they'll flip them over. Again, they'll start putting on tires and axles and leaf springs, power stabilizers, basically all of our undercarriage components in a sense. Then they'll flip that whole frame back over and then start putting on our main floor, and then eventually we'll hit the production line and start getting everything completed from bottom to top.
It looks like you have a bridge crane system inside there.
Yes, sir.
So are you picking the frames up and moving them sideways to the next station?
Yeah, well, once we get in there, the crane will basically flip the whole frame upside down.
Okay.
And then it'll flip it all the way right side up, and then we'll start moving over here to our flooring and everything like that. So. Okay. Yes, sir.
Well, I'm excited to see the process. So anything that you want to share on how it's constructed?
Yep.
You're welcome to share with us whatever you'd like.
We'll walk over here to door 27 and door 28 quick.
Okay.
We will probably start down here on this end, and then we can sort of see everything.
Okay.
Moving around. So yeah, after we bring the frames in, that's where we do have our crane system here, to where they'll flip this whole axle upside down. We'll start installing our enclosed underbelly material, our power stabilizers. We'll go through and put on our leaf springs, our axles, eventually our tires as well. So again, this is also our LP gas lines. We'll start running underneath here as well. And again, all of our LP gas lines are running from the front to the back for your, bumper mount grills, your outside griddles, different things like that. So we'll get everything installed here that goes on underneath. And then over here to this station, after the tires are on, we'll completely flip that frame all the way right side up again. And then we'll start running all of our wiring, and again, all of our water tanks, water lines, different things like that. So this is just sort of the main part. We'll also put in our slide out mechanisms as well, get those installed for when they start hitting the production line over there. So. Okay.
What model are you building, right? Are these all the same model right now being built?
Yes, sir. Typically, we're always trying to run, the same model. Then eventually, we'll switch over to a different floor plan. But it just sort of all depends on production scheduling and everything like that. Yeah. But this whole week, we've been running our 296 model, which is one of our super popular bunkhouse models. Okay. It's about a 29-foot coach. Hitch to bumper, you're about 33 foot overall, but you're only weighing in at 6,000 pounds. Yeah. Plus, it's a double over double bunk room, where it's not an open double over double bunk concept, so it's completely closed off. It's a super awesome floor plan, very unique, but also, again, very lightweight. And that's one thing Kodiak has always been unique on is our towability. Typically we're about maybe 500 pounds, 600 pounds, less in weight compared to someone else, just because of our overall construction, and that's something that really makes Kodiak stand out compared to other guys. So after we get everything installed over here with our undercarriage harnesses and things like that, wiring harnesses, water lines, we'll move that frame over here into our flooring department. So again, this is where we'll move our flooring or our main floors all the way over here onto our frame as well. So all of our flooring is made here in-house, or our main floors. That is a laminated floor, but again, notice we do a lot of aluminum framing, and that's sort of the secret behind Kodiak, is we're always trying to eliminate different wood construction, things like that, to give you more of that ultralight product. But again, it's providing durability as well as towability as well. So, but we do a one-piece floor versus a lot of guys that do a tongue and groove floor. So again, that'll provide a lot of good benefits to where your floor is not snapping or coming apart, different things like that. And then we'll go through and we will, route out all of our vents within our floor. We'll run up our water lines, our wiring, different things like that. So, but yeah, this is sort of where our floor gets put in.
It's going to be lag bolted to the frame versus screwed down. So it's extremely.
Oh yeah,
it's extremely durable. That's going to keep the subfloor nice and sturdy right there in one spot. This is also a composite floor, so you'll notice this is not Rulon or wood. It's composite on the top, composite on the bottom. So very similar to a material that's known in the industry as Azrael. The same type of material where it's inorganic, non-porous, so it's not absorbent to water. The difference between our floor and Asdale used in other brands, we use that same material on both sides. Most brands that use Asdale, it's only going to be on one side of the wall or the floor, depending upon where they use it. We use this material on our floor because water tends to settle from gravity. If you ever, worst case scenario, did have a leak in your trailer, versus it sitting in your sidewall, more than likely it's going to travel downward from gravity, settle on your floor. So this is it's a non-absorbent material. So if worst case scenario that ever happens, your floor is protected, because that's the hardest piece to fix in a travel trailer if it doesn't get in some water.
Right. Okay. By the way, I want to introduce, this is officially Mitchell.
Yes.
That's joined us with the tour, so he's going to have a lot of good, helpful information there as well.
We'll tag team it.
Absolutely.
There you go. All right, so there you go. There's how your floor is constructed in the Kodiak, and you can see they use lag bolts here that hold it to the frame, these outriggers for the frame.
And one other piece to see too is anytime we're using a connection or we bolt something through or screw it into our aluminum frame, we do put plywood inserts in, and that's just to give it some bite, so that those screws and bolts going into the frame as well as into the floor.
Right.
It's just for retention.
Okay.
So it's for a sturdier build.
Okay.
If you will.
Good. All right.
Right here is just where we're putting down our interior linoleum, different things like that. So we'll pull that out, and again, get that linoleum down on the trailer. We do provide also the adhesive to go down there on the trailer as well, and then we'll start running all of our lines up through there. So this is just sort of a little bit finishing touch to the main floor, and then we can move on over to our shelling department as well.
Okay.
You'll notice we use extra lino too on the bumpers just to protect them as they're going down the production line. And you'll see as we get further down too, we also we'll lay Luan down on the floor just to protect the interior linoleum as they're going in and out of the trailer, installing components, just for an extra layer of protection while they're building the coach out.
Okay.
To remove down towards the end.
So we moved over here into more of our cabinet shop area, and this is where they're getting all of our interior parts put together, all of our styles, cabinet styles, fascias, countertops, you name it. Everything will get assembled over here, and then of course we can move all of our interior product and cabinets and everything that would go inside of the coach over there onto the production line. But they will build all of our interior sidewalls, our entertainment centers, you name it, overhead cabinet storage as well, linen closets, wardrobes, everything will get assembled over here, and then we can basically, when we move that down the production line, each station we can keep adding things in as we go and move everything down the production line as well. So where we'll be over there, it'll be called our shelling department. So basically that's where everything will get put inside before we will put on our exterior sidewalls and everything like that as well.
Okay. So they build all of the cabinets right here in this area for all of the Kodiak models?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So,
okay.
And again, like over here, this will be, our dinette seats as well. There will be overhead cabinet storage, I believe. So, but yeah, all of our entertainment centers will be built over here as well. So, again, that's just specific to each model. And with all of our 296s we're running this week, they have a direct placement of your entertainment center, but again, all of them are on a hinged hidden pantry system as well. So these will actually swing out within that floor plan, and you'll have a huge floor to ceiling shelf hidden pantry in there. So,
oh, that's cool. Yeah. Our model does not have that particular
Correct.
style of. That's neat.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah. So this is where all of the interior stuff happens, and then everything will get shuffled over there onto the main line.
Something that's pretty unique too is if you look at, like, some of this is going to be wrapped for the wood grain tone, but you'll notice even our styling is lumber core styles. This is using MDF. So again, screw retention is a big deal in RVs. You're opening and closing your cabinet doors all the time. If you only use MDF, well, if that screw is overcooked at all, it turns into sawdust. So that's compressed sawdust with glue. It's dried.
Yeah.
So we use lumber core styles, plywood, for that very reason of longevity after use, after they've opened and closed the cabinet doors numerous times throughout owning their camper. There's not going to be a screw that's just stripping out of sawdust.
Right.
If you ever want to make aftermarket changes, install something inside your coach too that maybe it didn't come with, hanging hooks, things of that nature, you can do that. You have something to actually screw into that will hold the screw. It's built for it.
Yeah, that's great.
And that's something we do also with our cabinet doors and drawers. Everything for Kodiak is all hardwood cabinet doors and drawers versus other guys that maybe just use an MDF wrapped particle board. So again, those little things we really try to focus hard on for Kodiak for you know, longevity, quality, different things like that, and really giving the customer, you know, all the features for the value of the product as well. Moving over to our next production station. This is where, like I said, this is sort of our interior shelling department, where they'll get everything installed from our master bedroom, all of our bed bases and everything like that, our interior sidewalls, our kitchen countertops, cabinets. So yeah, everything top to bottom will get started in here. One thing, again, how we're always trying to focus on aluminum framing, and that's something we really pride ourselves on for our Kodiak product. Even our master bedroom bed bases, that's all aluminum framing.
Yep.
Aluminum framing here as well. So that's something that you'll always find on the master bedroom bases and also our bottom bunk bases as well for Kodiak. So again, we're just trying to eliminate, you know, wood construction and really contribute to that lightweight, ultralight product that we have for Kodiak. So
Yeah, I definitely recognize this because ours, you know,
yep.
I recognize it from using it so much. This is where the bed is. You got your queen bed that just goes right across here. And that is a storage container. That has become our antiques picking box
nice.
right there.
Awesome. Yeah.
So we're on the road and we're finding, you know, whatever. Our antiques, we're putting them in there.
There you go. Good stuff. But that's one thing on all of our Kodiak products or floor plans that allow it, you know, from the interior layout, all of our floor plans that we build, notice the size of our pass-through storage compartment.
Yes.
So again, we're always trying to maximize that pass-through storage compartment up front there. We put on the biggest baggage doors, but again, they'll be the same size baggage doors on your off-door side as your on-door side. So you still have that full accessibility on your off-door side where other guys may put a smaller baggage door or no baggage door there. So that's something we've always tried to maximize on every single Kodiak floor plan that would allow to have that full pass-through storage.
Yeah. I use mine to the capacity.
Yeah.
We've got all of our stuff in there. I've got chairs, we have our tables, I got my tool bag in here. Anything that I need I love the full pass-through side and nice big doors.
Yes, sir.
It's a really great feature.
So this is sort of one of our next stations where, again, they'll start getting more plumbing ran, wiring ran, different things like that. They'll start installing vent pipes from the bathroom as well. That'll run up to the roof. They'll start installing all of our drains from, you know, your sinks and showers, your shower pans, different things like that. Toilets, getting all of your sinks hooked up as well with your water lines, your hot and cold lines. But again, also your drains as well. So
This is your fuse box here. Kitchen. I imagine this is where the door is going to be on this model here.
Yep.
Is that the heater?
That's going to be your furnace, I believe.
Yeah, the furnace. Okay.
And you'll notice, you look at the bottom of this, you'll see those ducts. We have ducts that are going down into the underbelly. So
Right.
that's a good shot of how our underbelly is heated. It's forced air heat. So
It works extremely well.
Yep.
I will say it'll run you out of even if it's really cold, they really provide some good heat.
And so that's something that's a little different. We actually force air heat our underbellies. A lot of brands will say that radiant heat. It's basically saying that those ducts are ran through the underbelly, but we actually take a boot off of ours and dump the warm air onto the tanks versus just running the ducts through. Wrapped in foil, that's made for it to be more efficient on heating the interior of the coach. So really, it's not going to give off a lot of heat if all you're doing is running it all the way. So you have to have a port that comes off the front of the stuff. That's going to be the same way that most motorhomes do as well.
I love seeing the guys do their thing, you know.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yep. These guys hustle. They put in a lot of hard work. And again, they're always running all over the place just to keep up with the production line and everything like that. So without these guys, of course, we won't even be able to build a product. So they do a phenomenal job out here in the plant.
There's your water lines. This is going to be your hot water unit right here.
As we make it down a little bit further down the line, you'll kind of see this start to come together where it's more enclosed, paneled off from the storage space that we have underneath here.
Yeah. And we'll go through and pressurize, do a pressurized system on all of our water lines, things like that. So that's something to just to ensure, making sure all of our water lines are intact properly and correctly as well.
Yeah. Won't have any leaks before they send them out of here.
Correct. Yes, sir.
That's done twice. They'll do it after they install those here, and then after it gets down to the end of the line, we'll have a separate PDI facility where they repressurize water lines and test them again.
Okay. So what that guy's doing right there, he's actually placing bolts underneath the floor and the outriggers there to set our sidewalls on, so our sidewalls can connect from our frame to our floor to our sidewall there as well. So
okay. That's going to be coming up very soon here.
Yes, sir.
And I think he's just, looks like he's cleaning it out. He's getting all the dust out of it from the construction there.
And something to note too is that our sidewalls will sit on the floor. A lot of manufacturers will fasten them to the side of the floor.
Okay.
So for a better structural integrity, you want them to sit on top of your floor.
Set down on basically the frame, on the floor that's bolted to the frame there.
It's way more weight bearing.
Okay, yeah.
To do it this way versus attaching them from the side.
Okay. We were just talking about the quality that goes into it, and I always talk about pride and quality, pride and ownership. And they were explaining how a unit, once it's finished, the president of the company may go out and inspect one randomly.
Once a week, a general manager of that.
The general manager.
Yep,
Okay.
they'll go out to a QC audit, and what they'll do is we give them no notice of what unit it's going to be.
Yeah.
When we bring the VIN number with us, they'll pull that unit off to the side, and then our manager will go through and red tape anything that they deem not correct. And we do that once a week. It's very in-depth before anything that's consistent done.
Yeah. Okay.
For us to increase production rates, they have to pass those consistently. It's not like if they pass it one time, great. It's going to be for that full month, so it's 4 weeks that they're going to have to go through and pass that QC audit.
Okay.
We'll be able to increase production by 1 unit per day.
Yeah.
So it's, just to put it into perspective, we've grown by 2 units per day in production since August. So they're not quick to increase production rates. We'd rather build a quality product that's going to keep repeat business coming back and keep customers happy.
Great.
Try to pump as many sales as we can.
And as a consumer, us, we want a good quality product.
Oh yeah.
We'd rather the time go into it and make it proper.
That's
yeah,
right.
yes, sir.
All right, so I think we're going to move on down the line here. It looks like we're getting ready to get to where the walls, maybe the walls are going to be put on, the side walls.
Yeah.
So there's a kid, kind of like a crane kit, where we'll bring our sidewalls in from our lamination facility that we have on in-house on site. We'll put the graphics up, some of the larger graphics up beforehand.
Oh, that's what they're doing here.
Yep.
Okay,
yep.
cool.
So we'll prep each of those before we bring those over and drop the sidewall down and pass it down to the subfloor.
Okay.
So it's actually pretty neat. It's something that a lot of people really, it seems mind-blowing to them. Everyone's used to things being automated. This is just a good visual of this still being one of the few industries where things are still hand-built. You can't push down the assembly line.
That's cool. They're just moving it down the line, push it over. I guess they're getting ready to move the one behind us over here. Can we take a closer look at how the walls are constructed?
Yeah.
Because that's something that I've been curious about as well, of how they are constructed. Yeah, I don't want it out there.
See how that's routed out there? That portion of that sidewall is for the slide out department. So that's actually going to be routed out, taken off. We'll take it over to our slide department, and that'll be the slide box then.
Very cool. So they'll finish that once they get the wall installed on the unit.
Correct.
They're just cutting it out. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be for this unit here.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Right. right now they're routing out that portion that's towards the little slide out. We do that so that it's a sure fit to that sidewall every single time.
Okay.
And then they'll
Building them separately, someone uses the wrong jig. You know, then you have your slide out department, build a slide box, we try to go put it in. Well, it's not the right size. So just make sure that it's the right size every single time you build it.
Okay.
And they'll also go through and they'll put seam tape down. So of course our interior sidewalls, you know, sort of sectioned off by panels with our interior walls. So wherever that's coming together, they'll go through and put interior seam tape down to get that covered up as well. So, so that's what they're doing on there.
They're hustling.
Yeah, they are.
You got a whole crew here and everybody's got a job and they are hustling at it.
Yep.
That is cool.
Yeah, they'll want to get this next trailer pushed on over here, get this sidewall set, and get that fastened, and then of course get that other sidewall. Then they'll do the rear wall, and then also at least the aluminum framing. So we do fiberglass front caps, but even behind our fiberglass front caps, as you can see over here, we're doing aluminum framing there as well, where other guys may use you know, wood framing. So again, that's something that makes Kodiak very unique. We're always trying to eliminate, you know, the wood framing and make our product of, you know, the lightest weight ultralight in the industry.
Can we watch them put this one on?
Yeah. They try to do things as efficiently as they possibly can, so that they're not rushing along after it be seated.
That's cool. Sounds like a NASCAR team.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, then here, if you guys want to move this way.
Get out of their way.
Awesome. Yep. So then they'll come over and grab the other sidewall here real quick, and then get that all hooked up.
Okay. Looks like they got them in order too. You got the passenger side and the driver's side.
Yep.
Staged.
Yep. And again, all of our sidewalls are constructed here on our campus. It's not through you know, a secondary party or anything like that. So
We're getting ready to put the other wall on. So we just saw them put the driver's side wall. Here's your passenger side wall. You see their overhead gantry system, like a bridge crane.
Make sure he's got his pumpkin. What? Never mind.
And you'll notice on those front graphics where they're going to put that fiberglass front cap on, since it kind of wraps around that sidewall, you'll notice they keep the graphics protected with that film over it still.
Okay.
Just so that they're not peeling the graphics, scratching it during the install process. We'll take that off afterwards.
Okay. So sounds like they're ready to put the wall on.
Yep.
I heard them holler wall.
We're making sure all of the wiring, there's nothing hanging out in the way.
I'd like to see how you connect the corners of the sidewall and the front wall, just to kind of, you know, seal the unit out from water and moisture.
Yeah.
Well, you got a good breeze coming through here right now.
Yeah.
I bet this is a great time of year to work.
Yep.
Not so hot.
When it's nice out, don't keep the day doors open for airflow.
There you go. All right, I think we're ready to move down the line a little bit, and let's keep going and seeing how they do this.
So after our sidewalls get installed, we'll move over to, I guess this is what we'll call the pig pen in a sense. Everything's, or we'll bring our scaffolding down to where the guys can start putting on the roof, connecting our roof to our sidewalls and bringing everything together basically. So we'll do our aluminum framing there behind our fiberglass front cap. Again, another place where we eliminate wood construction framing. This is the only place where you'll actually have hung insulation, just because we can't, laminate our fiberglass front cap. So everywhere else we do block foam insulation, where again, that provides definitely a better insulation rating versus having, just your hung insulation or batten insulation all the time. So, but here they'll sort of get the finishing touches put on, connecting your roof to your sidewalls, getting all of your roof vents cut out, different things like that.
Running that router down the side, trimming the edge off.
Yep.
Huh?
Getting all the extra pieces off there, making sure it's clean cut to where everything can fit properly as well. So
okay.
That's something we definitely try to go the extra mile on, is making sure everything fits properly and not forcing it to fit. Because again, that can just jeopardize the quality of the construction of the product as well. Then after it's out of the pig pen, it'll move over here. We'll start running all of our wiring as well. So the wiring from the roof all the way down the front, for whether it's for your solar panel or your running lights, different things like that. We'll start getting everything in place. And then over here as well, they're getting all the fender skirting put on as well. So that's sort of where we'll start getting everything put on, getting everything cut to where it fits properly as well. Installing your solar panel outlets, your receps, different things like that will get installed here as well.
Getting a little bit closer to being finished.
Yeah. Yeah, we're finally getting in a position to where it's actually looking like a finished product. So here's where we're installing our entry doors, our baggage doors, our outside kitchen doors, fiberglass front cap, and really getting all the finishing touches on. Right over here, they're prepping our slide out boxes.
Can we walk over here and see this a little closer?
Yep.
This is the kind of stuff that not only me, but anybody's curious about.
Yep.
So that's your seals.
Yep. So, you guys pushing it over.
And they'll do that where any two pieces join together to cover that seam. The turn-on tape is commonly used in the RV industry. It's actually used for factory roofs if anyone had a cut in one of their.
So they'll put looks like the front panels here, front of the camper, right here. They're gonna install it right here.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see them. They're all moving down the line. Some great shots.
Yeah,
good.
And I mean, we can catch a clip of the fiberglass front cap. I mean, I would say pretty shortly they should be bringing one over. So.
Yeah, that one obviously is installed, and yeah, they're getting the corner seals on there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So real quickly, I wanted to show you guys our windows and the importance that we put behind our windows as well. So all of our windows that we utilize for Kodiak, again, we're trying to provide you guys the most protection against moisture, water, weathering, things like that. So around all of our windows, notice this is a Butyl-Caulk rubberized seal that is attached to the window. So this is the outer seal of the window. This is our Butyl-Caulk rubberized seal as well. So when that goes up against the sidewall to be installed, that actually oozes out and expands to where there's no opening or gap between the sidewall and the window. So basically it fits flush within there, but it expands as well. So again, no moisture or water can get behind that window. So again, the importance of that, there's a lot of guys that use a foam sealed window where it doesn't expand. It's tucked up underneath the window versus, I guess, oozing out and protecting the whole seal of the window as well.
Yeah, and the expansion foam is a porous material too, so there's little bubbles throughout where this is a non-porous material. And again, the expansion foam, as soon as UV lays it down, it takes about 6 months for that to start breaking down. And actually, you go to a dealership lot and look at a lot of the used inventory. If you see expansion foam, if you touch it, chances are it's going to turn to dust.
Okay.
It's basically lost its lifespan. The butyl tape doesn't do that. That's why we use that on all of our windows. That's something that's in the corporate policy. They require it, but we're not allowed to use an alternative material.
Okay.
And those are the little things that Kodiak will do different, just to provide you guys, again, a better quality, better longevity product within our brand. So
I noticed, our unit, just because we've had it for a while. You know, this material here, it stays tacky.
Yeah.
It stays gooey. So when you're out there washing it, you come up with your finger, you can touch it on the outside of the frame there.
Correct.
And feel it. And you know you've got a great seal there.
Yeah, correct.
Prevent the moisture.
And sometimes a lot of customers do not realize, or because again, no one will point out a foam sealed window or the benefits of it. But that's something I always focus on, whether it's product training or also just talking to customers, is those little things that make our product that much more different. So here's where they will go through all of our bottom paneling, and they'll route out everything to run all of our running lights. They've already installed our power stabilizer switches as well. So, but again, they'll go through and cut out different holes or route out different holes to run all of our wiring through for our running lights, things like that. They'll sort of get the finishing touches on our roof. This is our last section of the pig pen, if you want to call it. Getting everything touched up top there, installing our ACs, our vents, you name it. So this is sort of where everything's coming together fully. The only thing that we still have to install yet, exterior-wise, is our slide-out box, which after this last one is where all of our slide-out boxes will get installed too. So it'll really tie everything in and bring everything complete.
We have not touched on really the roof yet. They were bringing those in, so we're going to try to get that, show the roof, and maybe show it going on.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, we can do that from the mezzanine, because right here is where they'll also install our Alpha TPO roof system as well, or our roof membrane. One of the best TPO roofs within the industry, and that actually carries an 18-year warranty on that, where a lot of guys are about a 15-year warranty.
Great.
And instead of versus rubber, it doesn't require that annual coating of a protective, basically like a protective wax that you put on it, or a moisturizer. Since it's a highly coated too, it's basically a plastic and rubber combined. It has all of the benefits of compliability of rubber. But the good thing about it is it's patchable. Maintenance is way less. If we can use a material that's going to have a longer lifespan with less upkeep, that's a win in the customer's book and in our book too. We only use this material for segments, for Dutchmen.
Well, we put it through the test, I don't know, about a month or so ago. We went through a major hailstorm.
Oh, really?
I mean, major. They were huge hails.
Yeah.
I had no damage to the roof that I have found.
Yeah.
But we're going to get it to the dealer and let them go over it and make sure.
So right there, he just went and poured all the adhesive on the roof, and now he's fully rolling all the adhesive back and forth across the roof, covering every inch of that roof as well, just to have maximum, I guess, adhesive with our roof that we will roll on and get everything squared away up top there as well. So, and on the other side, there's another guy fully rolling that roof as well to make sure that adhesive's covered every square inch of it. So,
he must be the expert.
Yeah.
Something that's neat too is we already have that Turabond tape that goes around along that seam. That TPO roof membrane is also going to come around that transition where the sidewall meets the rooftop.
Yeah, okay.
And then basically how that's held in then is it's going to be fast to the sidewall, and then our gutter spout, those rails, will keep that material in behind that as well. So there's two layers of material that's going over that seam for the roof meets the sidewall. This is also a good spot for us to film our license.
Yep.
They're getting ready to pull the rubber membrane out and glue it on.
You'll notice how it's a little bit lighter than the rooftop itself. That's by design. And pull it down over that seam.
Awesome. There he is doing the squeegee.
That's where he squeegees it.
Moving down the line.
Yep. So yeah, like I said, this is sort of our last corral where we'll bring the unit out, and then over here is where we'll install our slide out boxes as well, where we can really get an up close and good look at our slide out boxes, our seals, and also that we use a cable driven slide out, which is an above frame slide out versus a through frame slide out. And we'll definitely get a little bit more in depth and explain what the benefits are of that as well. So
I would love to hear it myself. So
yes,
looking forward to it.
Yeah.
We use a double wiper seal all the way around the perimeter versus a single wiper seal. Then there's also an interior wiper seal. And then we use bulb seals over the top. That's that rounded bulbing.
Yep.
5 seals in the slide out is 12. And that's really just, we know that's probably the weakest point of an RV is that slide box itself. Kind of overkill it with the amount of seals we put onto it, but it's just for keep making sure there's not going to be any sort of moisture that makes its way in there.
Yeah, that's something that I've always been concerned about myself is like how easy would it be for the rainwater to come down, through where the box is inside the unit, but I've never seen it.
So here we have some of our PDI ladies also inspecting the seals as well, making sure everything's tied in well together, cleaning things up, but making sure everything's attached to where it's going to do its job properly.
Okay.
So we have our PDI ladies in different stations of the production line going through and checking everything before it gets too far out the door, too far down the line. So
right there, they've already got tape on one of the interior walls.
Yep.
That's something they didn't like. It's probably the seam tape. They want it to be cleaned up.
Yep.
So they'll start doing line checks about halfway down the assembly line.
Okay.
And that's something that's super nice that we do as well. So again, there's a lot of shavings within the interior of the product with getting everything installed. And so she's going through and getting everything vacuumed out to where, it's not going to have all that extra shaving and stuff like that when it gets to the dealership. So we definitely want to have, not a well put together product or a quality product, but we also want to have, a very well clean product as well, a very well presentable product. So this is how hard these guys work. If I remember correctly, I think he's one of the only guys that will help install this fridge, maybe 2 guys, but they'll get that fridge set up in there, and then they'll also have to lift it up into the framed out area as well. So, because again, right there, that's above our furnace. So,
okay.
And that's one of the main reasons why we put Luan down or protective panels down on our floor, just to protect the linoleum and different things like that. So.
Protect them until it's ready to go to the customer.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. We get a good look at the opening here. That
yeah, the hidden pantry.
The hidden pantry there. That's pretty cool. Great way to utilize some space in the unit.
Yeah, and that's one thing we've started doing, I would say within the past year. Pretty much any floor plan that allows us to have a hidden pantry system, we have been, just to utilize more storage space. And these floor plans, floor plan to floor plan, pantry space can be a little bit limited. So we definitely want to maximize that or find ways to maximize that a little bit more as well.
Yeah.
So this is something we also switched up within the past year. So in Kodiak, we are completely carpetless. So in our slide out boxes, that's something we wanted to get away from. Just provides more of a residential look, more of a clean look, but again, also easier to clean as well. So that's something we went to in all of our future Kodiak product. Full extension drawer guides is something that we've always done for Kodiak as well. This is something completely different apart from any kind of competitor in this price point where a lot of them use cabinet doors. Yep. We wanted to have full accessibility of that, especially for you guys, our customers as well. So that is something you'll find on Kodiak where, again, a lot of our competitors will not have that. And with our windows as well, they're also all tinted. So they're not just functional, but they're also all tinted versus guys that use a clear glass window. So again, it'll provide, a little bit more privacy. It's gonna protect the heat and sun from coming in, fading your interior or heating up your slide out or your camper as well. So, but another
the same membrane
yes,
that
sir.
you use on the roof.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep. Another thing I wanted to point out quick. So within our windows, this is something new that we added into Kodiak within the past year. So again, within this price point, typically all of your windows for interior, you're seeing pleated shades, right? Well,
Yeah.
here we actually installed night roller shades. So Kodiak product, we're using night roller shades. Just they're definitely a lot more functional, a lot easy or more easy to operate versus having your pleated shades as well. So
That is nice. I like that.
yep. Especially on your bigger windows as well, where typically on a pleated shade, you got to use 2 hands to pull it down on these bigger slide out wall windows, where here's just, 1 hand. So super nice that we added in those.
Yeah, we have the pleated style, so usually you have to have both hands equally pull them down.
Yep.
But they work great.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I like that. I like that updated feature there.
Yeah.
So really curious about how this works, how the slide out system works. You know, it's it's probably the one thing in our camper that I'm always scared of.
Yeah.
Hitting that button and all of a sudden the slide doesn't work.
Yep.
You know, so it's always kind of scared me.
Yep.
I don't know if we can show any of that, talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, this will sort of at least give us a little bit of a shot. So it gives us a little bit of time too, because they haven't installed that. But so on Kodiak, we use a cable-driven slide-out system. And the reason why we use the cable-driven slide-out system, this here really helps contribute to being a true ultralight coach. So it's an above-frame slide-out system versus a through-frame. If we'd use a through-frame system, we'd have to have a stronger frame, which again would add more weight. Here, this is an above-frame slide-out system. It's a cable-driven slide-out system, so you'll have 2 points of connection on either side of your slide-out. So again, it's going to pull in at all 4 corner connection pieces to where, you know, one side's not pulling in and this side's pulling in. It's pulling in nice and even. But again, your override is very easy and accessible as well. So, you know, if you do have like a malfunction with your slide-out box, right up there, it'll be like behind your interior fascia of your slide-out box, but there's a little square panel you can pop out, very easy to access, and then also, you know, manually put your slide-out box in as well, in case you have any kind of issue with that.
So the cables, I see, they're all connected here. You're going to go to each 4 corner. Is that a little gearbox where it's going to pull the cables in?
Yeah,
there?
yes, sir. So once you push that button, you know, it'll either pull it out, or push in as well. So, but yeah, it's on more of a gear system, if you want to call it.
When you put them into a super slide or a slide out there to have a sofa and a dinette, then they typically take 2 motors to run them in and out. So anytime you have 2 motors running, you have to have them synced. And so if you ever have one malfunction, you can't manually bring it back in. You can't manually bring one motor in while the other one's running. You'll never have it lined up correctly, so it'll get your slide out of alignment. Really, the only manual way to put it back in is to physically push it in.
Okay.
So that's why we chose this system versus the Twin-Tech system.
So I see he's got a chain up there, looks like a bicycle type chain. And then so there's going to be a gearbox or a sprocket assembly up there that's turning, pulls the chain, cranks the chains, which is pulling the cables.
Yep.
It'll go either direction there, correct?
Yes, sir.
They're installing the slide here right now.
That weird one that I can say the name of?
Yakida?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's actually AeroCord cable, so used in that same material is used in a lot of aircraft for the movement that they have on planes.
On the cable, you said? Okay.
Yep. So a lot of people, that's usually the first thing they ask is, you know, how sturdy are the cables? Because they're visual, you can see them. They're very sturdy. They're definitely weight rated for much more weight than we ever put into a slide out.
And so when the slide out is fully extended, and it squares up, is the cable holding the weight of the box, or is it just pushed against the frame from the inside, the slide out? Like when you put weight on it, is it trying to cantilever out against the frame, or is the cables holding that?
So the cable is going to hold a lot of the top weight.
Yeah.
It's going to keep that in line where it's not wanting to lean and tip out.
Yeah.
So it is holding that weight. And something to note, we have a ton of people that ask us all the time, is we do build those roof lines for our slide outs where they're tapered down at an angle. It's a slide angle. So when the slide out's in, if a customer looks at the unit, or if they're on the outside of the unit looking at that slide out rooftop, it is tapered down away from the coach for water runoff.
Okay.
Just something to note, because we've had some people call in and out.
I noticed that myself. Yeah.
Yep, that is by design.
Okay.
So here is sort of where our final finish sort of starts, in a sense. So we'll go in and start hooking everything up, all of our electrical with our lights, different things like that. We'll get our propane tanks on, start cleaning the units as well, getting all of our final decals on, awnings on, different things like that. So again, this is sort of where the final finish starts, and we'll get everything prepped to where we can roll it off the line and everything like that. So
it looks like she's putting the decals on the front here, huh?
Yeah, front decals on. She's doing a little bit of cleaning.
I did not see how she lined that up. Did she do it by sight, or are they marking it where that decal goes on?
Honest,
That decal's
yeah.
actually unique, the way it's shaped. When you bring the decal down on that front cap decal,
Yeah.
it actually fits into those lines that are in that design of the front cap.
I got you. It makes it nice and easy to line it up.
It almost centers itself as they bring it down.
Yeah. Yep. That's cool.
You'll notice this is where they started the new line audits already. So this is on hold this is going to be for, numerous things that they see if they don't like it. Crooked license plate holders.
Okay.
Crooked license plate holders. Anything that they see that they don't like as it's going down the line, they'll put a hold tag on it. Those have to be addressed before it can leave those bay doors down there.
Okay.
And then even after it leaves the bay doors, that's when it goes to our secondary PDI facility. Then we take one in every 4 coaches that we build, and we hook them up to a pressure tester. And what that does, it's a door jam. So it looks kind of built like a door. You put it up in your door frame, and you pressurize the coach with an air compressor, and then they'll put a soap and water solution. They'll saturate the entire coach in a soap and water solution. Look for any bubbles. They do that one in every 4 units that we build.
That's cool. I didn't even know that was part of the process. So
Yep.
pressurize the inside of the unit to see if you got any leaks through your seals.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
So yeah, just little tweaks we've made over time. Like in our pass-through here, we do an 8-foot LED light strip where before it was just a push button, so it's very well lit, very well illuminated under each power stabilizer. So this is something we did this year as well. Each power stabilizer has its own individual LED light. So in case you're setting up camp at night or just wanted a little bit more, well lit in the dark, things like that, so you're not tripping over things. And that'll also, we'll have 3 different light switches there. One will control your landing gear lights is what we call them, your 8-foot LED light strip, and then also your fiberglass front cap lights as well. So
I will say ours is equipped with that. We have the lights there too.
Oh, really?
As well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
but ours is the the manual operated screw jack.
Yes, sir.
The
Yes, sir.
support jack there.
Yeah.
But maybe you just started doing that when our unit came out, because we've got the LED
Okay.
and the lights out here.
Awesome. Good. Yeah. Yep. And those are, again, just little things we like pointing out over time, things we're always listening to our customer, making improvements of our product as well. But again, just, setting ourselves apart from other competitors, making ourselves different. And so those are things we've been focusing on here and there. So this is the final station of the production line, the end of the production line, getting everything finalized, completed, to roll on out the door to go to our secondary PDI facility as well. But this is where all the lights will be fired up, your air conditioner, getting everything cleaned up, tested, and ready to roll out the door. So this is the last part, or the last bay of our production line, and then it'll go outside. It may get some finishing touches on the outside, and then of course run over to our secondary PDI. But we'll step inside and sort of see the whole complete product overall. So this is our start to finish product. So in here, everything's all put together, cleaned up as well. They're just going and getting the finishing touches put on, like the bunk room ladder here, different things like that. So some of those smaller pieces, they'll get everything finalized, touched up, go through, maybe make some adjustments to a cabinet door or something like that. Of course, this year's our hidden pantry. So this is something that you guys, we're sort of talking about down the production line, things like that. And one thing we're definitely trying to incorporate into Kodiak floor plans that allow it for the interior. So, but that's something we've also tried to focusing on as well, is having that direct placement of your entertainment center across from your seating area.
Right.
Instead of, having your entertainment center up here and your couches here. So, but this is where everything's getting tied in. You can smell, the cleanliness of the camper, getting everything tied in. This here is your override access panel for your slide out box. So these 2 little wooden knobs here can pop out. You're gonna have screws right behind there as well, to where you can access your mechanism or slide out mechanism system behind there as well. So
Well, I'm glad you said that, because I wasn't even aware.
yeah.
Our salesman did not tell me that.
Yep. Yep.
I thought you had to reach over the top to access it right here.
Yeah. And that's something on all of our super slides where that will be accessible, even with, you know, maybe having a bunk room slide or something like that. So,
Okay.
But of course, all of our dinette cushions are in here, our couch is in here. They're getting everything swept out, wiping everything down as well. Yeah, our silicone gun as well, just putting finishing touches on, you know, different things like that. Interior, behind our, you know, around our sinks, bathrooms, different things like that, our shower pans. So.
Take a look at the bedroom right up here.
Yeah.
It's a different unit than what we have here, but
Yep.
it even seems like the bathroom is kind of roomy, even in this position here.
Well, and that's something you'll notice. So, like all of our interior pocket doors within Kodiak floor plans, we're all 36 inches wide. So, again, that gives you a lot more space, a lot more movement versus those smaller 28-inch doors. So, that's definitely makes it a lot more spacious, more open as well.
Nice feature with the light,
Yep.
shadow box style.
Yeah, and then all of our bathrooms will have motion sensing lights in here as well. So yeah, when you're getting up at night, you don't have to fiddle around for the bathroom lights thing.
That is what you need, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the things that that Abby wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
was the design of the closets on the
I
side.
love that.
Yep.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Or
with
your
it-
phone or your CPAP. You know?
Yep. Yeah, and that's one thing. We wanted to give you guys some shelving space behind there, but we didn't want to take away from the depth of your wardrobes either. So you're still getting the full depth of your wardrobes for your hanging space, things like that, but also getting your shelves behind there as well. So
You like that one, huh?
I do.
yeah.
A little bit of an upgrade there.
Yep.
Have the shelves behind it, just because it's a little. You have a deep closet there, but it's
Yep.
kind of hard to get all the way back there.
Right.
You know?
Yep. And again, that's one thing we've always done in Kodiak is our 60 by 80 queen beds. So that's a true residential queen size bed for that full length and full comfort. But you can also bring your sheets from home or buy them at Target versus having a 60 by 74 camper queen. So again, you're not going to have that shorter queen within our Kodiak brand.
Okay. All right, we're going to work our way down to the mezzanine and go up top and see if we can get a little bit better view of maybe the tops of the units, maybe a roof going on, because those guys are still down there busy there. So let's see if we can do that. This has been really cool seeing the whole process though, from start to finish.
So over here is our slide out department where everything's constructed, put together for all different shapes and sizes of our slide out for all of our different floor plans. So we'll start out here with our floors, getting everything constructed over here with putting in our linoleum, Darko wrap floors as well. So that's something that's a little bit different on our slide out floors. We use a Darko wrap floor versus the guys that just do like a black painted chipboard. So again, this is maybe a small piece of the puzzle. Your slide out's not always going to be out, but again, for just having a little bit better protection against weathering and moisture and things like that, that's something we utilize on our slide out floors, is having that Darko wrap floor versus just a black painted chipboard as well. So,
Okay.
but everything will get constructed here from our floors, eventually putting on our sidewalls as well. Again, how Mitchell pointed out, we use aluminum framing, within our roof, and then also our slide out end walls as well for our slide outs. So and then we'll start running our, wiring, different things like that. Eventually moving from here after it gets all constructed, we'll get the finishing touches on over there with putting in your slide out wall windows, your dinette seats, your bases there, of course your couch as well, or your theater seating, just sort of depending on what floor plan that we're building. So,
Okay. Very cool. You see the foam inside the wall there. And so they'll finish it up, build it here, and then they move it up there, stage it, ready to go into the unit. All right, guys, we're up on the mezzanine now, just trying to get an overhead shot of the assembly line. We were hoping that maybe we can catch them putting a roof on the unit. I don't know if we will, but if we get an opportunity, we will. You can see the roof is obviously on these further down. The roofs are upside down on that trailer over there. They're finishing up the sidewalls here. So maybe we'll get to see that. We'll definitely get to see them hopefully put the rubber membrane, and seal it down to the roof there. This is a great shot. Gives you a complete different perspective being up here seeing
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. It's nice having that bird's eye view. Again, there he's installing the entry door there, getting all the wires ran, wires pulled through as well for your exterior speakers. You know, already got all of your, you know, vent piping ran, different things like that. You got your cutout there for your AC, your skylight above your shower. Then, of course, this one here looks like it has 50 amp service because it has that secondary cutout up there in the master bedroom as well. So. Or perhaps is getting a secondary AC. Just sort of depends on where this unit's going. I mean, typically on that size of a unit, it's probably going to the southeast or southwest somewhere, possibly even the west coast. So,
Okay.
they're possibly going to be setting the roof because they're moving the overhead crane down there. So, because they got both those sidewalls set, probably going to be setting that roof next.
Okay.
So here these guys are just sort of smoothing everything down, making sure there's, you know, no splinters or nails or anything like that popping up, getting that nice and smooth and move over, and then eventually putting on your roof membrane as well. So.
I believe they're getting ready to set the roof onto this unit here. Got a couple guys over there pulling one off. So do y'all build the roof at another area here on the premises?
Yep. Okay. So everything that we do is all in-house or all on our own campus. So same place right here, which it makes, you know, just makes it super nice for supply, but it's not having to travel down the road or anything like that.
Yeah, okay. There they go. Picking the roof up.
So then they'll just start lifting that roof up there. And then eventually we'll just sort of shift it up onto the top of the coach.
Okay.
So.
Couple guys balancing it, one guy handling the hoist.
That's good.
Just like that, just like a glove.
Just like that.
Yep.
I mean,
Like a fit, right?
hey, it's like it was made for it.
Right?
That's cool.
Yep.
Very cool.
So again, after that gets set in, after it goes underneath, that's where everything will be connected from your roof to your sidewalls to your rear wall, you know, to your aluminum framing behind your front cap there as well. So.
Okay. All right, we were trying to get them putting the roof membrane on. We just missed them, but they are getting the squeegee, pulling it out, getting the wrinkles and the bubbles out. So this is the material, comes in on the roll here.
And that's an Alpha roof system, TPO roof, that carries the industry's best 18-year roof warranty on that as well.
Wow. Maybe the last one here, but at least you guys can kind of see the process of how this evolves down the assembly line here.
Can we go back to the office for them to talk to the
They are hustling.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome, isn't it?
We've had a lot of discussions of the I don't know, you would have the team groups for each section. They all work together. They all work well together. They know what they have to do. Yeah, they push each other to get it done. And right now they're working at 21 units per day. So each station has to get 21 units done per day. As soon as they're done with their 21 units for the day, they can clock out and they can go home. But they put in, so that's about an 8.5 hour day, I believe.
He said, it was a good point. He said, we want them to hustle, not to hurry.
There you go. Yep.
That's a good point. They don't want the, you know, production value to go down, but.
So we're about done here. I believe what we're going to do is, let me get that out of my hand there. I believe we're going to go down to their secondary inspection area where once the units go outside and they're done, they have a secondary group of folks that come in and do their own inspection of the units before they actually go out to the customers. So I think that's where we're going to head to next. I wanted to give you guys this shot while we're here, while they have the opportunity. Here's our Kodiaks over here being finished up on this side of the plant, the building. This is where they're building their Colemans. These appear to be a small single axle unit, more of like an entry level unit, but you know, I wanted to show you guys that. Is the whole assembly line over here just like for the Kodiak? They start them down here and they work their way down. Okay, so
yes,
it's like a mirrored image, it's just for the Coleman.
Yep, and you know, especially with it being more of a single axle product over here, the units are a little bit more maneuverable, so they're just laying down the production line. But you know, over here, since it's a smaller product as well, they're running more numbers a day.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it looks like there's several over here that's just about ready to go.
Yep.
But these have been selling well for you guys this year?
Yeah.
The small
sir.
Colemans?
Yep, absolutely.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, our tour at the Kodiak plant is coming to an end. I really got to thank both Brett and Mitchell for taking us on the tour, and Dutchmen RV for allowing us to bring the camera in and getting us a up and close and personal shot of how they actually build the Kodiak travel trailers. I was amazed. I love seeing that kind of process, you know, the assembly line process and how things actually come together. So I can't thank all these guys enough for giving us this opportunity and showing us how our Kodiak is built.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you guys, and thank you guys for being the ambassador for the Kodiak product line as well, and promoting our product. We're very thankful for you guys for coming out here and just touring the facilities, touring our company as well today. So
thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys need any more information on any brand at Dutchmen, you can go to our home website. It's www.dutchmen.com. You can see full 360 virtual tours of any floor plan we make, specifications, weights, things of that nature. There's also dealer locator tools to help you find a local dealer to you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you guys for coming in too and being a brand ambassador for our brand, like you said.
We love it. We love the relationship that we have built with Dutchmen. We have a lot of fun with it.
awesome.
And we had a lot of fun being able to come up here and go into the factory and see it.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
It really is cool. I mean, when you buy a product like that, you're always curious about how's this thing made? How is it built?
Correct.
There's
You know?
so much hidden in behind the scenes that you can't see, and
Exactly.
it's neat to be able to see it before it's all together, where you can see the differences that are hidden behind the those exterior materials that you do see. It's pretty neat. I love going out to the plant.
Yeah.
And
It was-
after seeing the teams, how much they hustle, it makes me love my Kodiak even more.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
incredible to see it.
Those
Yeah.
teams really do hustle. They
They
work
do.
hard and they
So
do a good
impressive.
job.
Yep.
Yeah.
As you said earlier, the camaraderie
Oh,
that
yeah.
they have with each other to get their units done. They're 21 units done for the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they come in early. They
Yep.
start early to get it done, and 1 o'clock their day's done. They get to
Yep.
go home and enjoy themselves. So
Absolutely.
that's really cool.
Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
we really enjoyed it. So again, thank you very much for the
Thank you,
tour.
guys.
We really
Absolutely.
appreciate it. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and be sure to go check out the Kodiaks or any of the lines from the Dutchmen RV. But we got to say, we really love our Kodiak.
Yeah, we do.
Awesome.
So we'll see you guys later.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.